Hello everyone, my name is Jerry Wilde. I'm the Dean of the School of Education at IU East.
And hi, I'm Jamie Buffington-Adams, and I'm the Associate Dean of the School of Education here at IU East. We wanted to talk to you today about an incredibly exciting project for us here at East. This year, we will be launching the IU East High School. It's a project that's about 10 to 12 months in the making, and honestly, this notion that each student should get to go to a school that feels like it was built just for them is what has been driving us to open this space for students in our community.
People have asked Jamie and I over the past few months, why are you interested in creating something like this? The one thing I would absolutely say is we're both very, very staunch supporters of public school. We're huge fans. And we know that public school works for an overwhelming majority of students. But there's always a group of students that maybe public school isn't a great fit for. And we thought with the resources that we have here at our university that we could create something really special for a select group of students. And that's kind of what we're hoping to do. The partnership that we have with the Indiana Microschool Collaborative is kind of a unique way for us to help keep our resources that we have here at IU East, but also use some of the resources that are available through this microschool collaborative that we are partnering with.
So the school will actually be a partnership between Indiana Microschool Collaborative and IU East. We're hoping this fall to open with 25 freshmen, 25 sophomores, and 10 juniors. And the student experience has been at the center of all of our thinking because that's our focus, right? Is what it feels like day to day for someone who's here learning alongside us. And the student experience here at IU East Microschool has a lot of components to it. We've designed the curriculum to ensure that students have the opportunity to earn Indiana's new Honors Seal Plus in both enrollment and employability, which is one of the things we're terribly excited about. We also have opportunities for work-based or community-based learning. We have aligned our curriculum to NACE employability skills standards and to ISTE technology standards. We're looking at AI fluency skills and really about trying to help each student who comes here become a self-directed learner. Just one of the reasons we're talking about this as a college immersive experience. As we look at what that looks like across the 4 years, as freshmen, your high schoolers will largely be protected. I think there's been this notion that the 14-year-olds are going to be running around with 21-year-old college students. That's not what we're anticipating. Freshman year, we're looking at really building a solid foundation of how to be a self-directed learner, how to engage in rigorous cross-curricular learning. And then across the 3 years that follow, we're looking at bringing on work-based learning, looking on bringing on more college credits, until by your senior year, your high schooler is going to have literally their own unique individual learning path as they complete their senior passion project.
And speaking of the Honors Plus seals, we wanted to provide a little more detail about what that would look like in our high school. And I just want to be clear about one thing. These are additional details. If you'll notice here, for example, there is nothing mentioned about English. So English is certainly part of what we're going to be doing. These are some of the additional things that we will have students engage in to earn those upper level seals.
Coming back around to the student experience, this particular view is really been built to sort of help you understand that your student is going to be centered in the middle of high school staff that will actually be hired and be working right here in this classroom, as well as some others, alongside IU East's faculty. So throughout each day, throughout each week, obviously across the 4 years of the experience, students in IU East High School are going to have contact with both licensed high school teachers, a group of dedicated learning guides from the Indiana Microschool Collaborative side, and then constant contact with IU East faculty who are expertise in their field is honestly, in many cases, unparalleled.
Now into more of the actual details of how this will work. Transportation for the IU East High School is going to be the responsibility of the family. We are looking into ways that we might be able to partner with other transportation agencies in the future. But for this first year, it will be on the responsibility of the family. One of the things that we also know is working with some of our friends and colleagues who've done work like this is that there will be carpools that will naturally kind of emerge. We will certainly assist in that and help work with transportation in any way we can. We will be providing lunch. The exact details of how that will work are still being determined. We'll have a refrigerator for students who want to pack lunch. There is a couple of different places for students to eat on campus. One is called the Den, which actually I like their food very much. They sell PB&J sandwiches for $1, and I would humbly submit I've eaten more PB&J sandwiches than anybody in Wayne County over the last 20 years. So there are a number of options available for lunch.
In short, your student's not going to go hungry.
No. One of the, I would say, things that will be an issue for some families is students are going to have access to limited extracurricular activities, which we know is very important for lots and lots of students, but they will not be able to participate in their high school's athletic teams. That's just not allowed. There are opportunities to take part in music classes and theater and intramurals, and they're still available to do club ball and volleyball and things like that. But some of the traditional extracurricular activities we just aren't going to be able to offer at our high school.
Another question we know people have is whether students who have IEPs or 504 plans or are still working on learning English as a new language will have access to those services here at IU East High School, and the answer is absolutely yes. When we say that we're committed to ensuring that every student feels like the school was built for them, that means every student. So those services will be in place and obviously will be adjusted and determined based on each kiddo's needs.
Another thing that's important is we know all parents are concerned about safety and school climate. The IU East High School will do the traditional types of activities, fire drills, tornado drills, making sure that students are safe. The climate here at IU East is incredibly welcoming. And I've been here 28 years. There's never been a violent incident on this campus that I've ever heard about. The police officers that work here at IU East are literally in the building where the high school will be located. There will be a complete code of conduct, as you would expect in any high school, that will go over the expectations. There's an anti-bullying stance. It will be a very safe and welcoming environment for these students. Next, what we'd like to show you is a little bit about our campus here at IU East. We have a beautiful campus. And by the way, we are filming this in one of the classrooms that will be in the IU East High School. The first slide you're looking at is of the building that we will be located in, Tom Raper Hall. And the next slide is a picture of a couple of the classrooms that have been designated for the students. You'll see a slide of lockers that students will have and areas for them to congregate. And also the slide that has information about or appearance of the woodlands. That's a view right out of one of the classrooms. So I know a lot of people maybe haven't been to IU East campus. It's a beautiful campus, and we're really excited about welcoming your students here.
Applications and the lottery system. Applications for the 26-27 school year are opening on May 7th. And if we fill by May 15th, we plan on closing them at that time. However, if we do not fill, the application window will stay open. If at any point we do fill or overfill in terms of the number of applications coming in, Indiana Microschool Collaborative, our partner, has a lottery process in place, and it's exactly what it sounds like. We would go through however many applicants are there and have a lottery to fill the 25 slots per grade level and place everyone else on a waiting list.
Jamie, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What is this going to cost?
Nothing. IU East High School is a part of the Indiana Microschool Collaborative, which is actually a public charter system, if you will. And so this will be funded by public school monies. It won't cost parents a thing.
I have another question.
Yes.
How many college credits can students learn over the course of their high school career?
This part is a little bit interesting, and it comes back to the notion that we want every student's experience to be tailored to them. So our core curriculum is built to offer 52 credits, but that's the core sort of platform curriculum. So again, that senior year could be an entire schedule of college course credits, or it could not. The range right now looks like it's going to be between 52 and 60 college credits.
So basically 2 years of college.
Basically.
Yeah. But any closing comments? Anything we forgot to talk about?
I think one of the things that we didn't highlight earlier that has been particularly interesting to me, we know that the enrollment Seal Plus requires all of those honors courses and extra credits in social studies and science and so on. That employability Seal Plus requires students to spend 650 hours in work-based learning. And we have that spread across the sophomore to senior year. I'm actually really excited about that. I prefer to call it community embedded experiences rather than employment experiences. We'll be starting the sophomore year with giving students a foundation in soft skills or durable skills and what it looks like to work for a non-for-profit. And then they'll be paired in small groups with local non-for-profits, looking at ways that they can directly impact their community, even when it's not through their profession. In their junior year, we're going to start zeroing in on what they think they might be interested in as a future career. And we're looking at 250 hours in an industry-based experience, again, potentially in a small group, and ideally or potentially with some preparation from our business school, looking at how do businesses function. And then that senior year, they'll work alongside a mentor designing their own senior capstone passion project. And at that point, I have no idea what our seniors will come up with. I'm actually really excited to see what they design.
I think one other thing worth adding is I think it's pretty obvious to most people that there's a mental health crisis with youth today. And one of the things we're going to pay particular attention to is student mental health. My background is in psychology. I've worked with kids for many years. And that will be something that we will try to interweave into this program. We have very good research of how we can decrease the likelihood that people will struggle with mental health issues. And that's going to be a focus because it's unacceptable to have anywhere from a third to a half of students in high school reporting levels of depression and anxiety. So that's something we're looking forward to addressing also. Closing comments?
If it's not clear to you, we're excited about this project. We're approaching your students, your children, as whole individuals. When we're talking about wanting to support their mental health, when we're talking about wanting to teach them to be a self-directed learner, when we're literally planning on building a file for each of them and an individual path for them, particularly in their junior and senior year. We're excited to see what we can offer this community and what we can offer families that choose IU East High School.
This is going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for listening.